Folks, although the season is no more, let's take a look back to see where everyone stood. Not so good for the defending champion Blue Jays, 16 games out in the American League East. But they were rocking in New York, where the Yankees finished 70-43, second best record in baseball. The league-leading hitter at .359 was Yankee Paul O'Neill, who flirted with .400 until June 18th.
Oh, one deep into right center field. Well tagged. Goodbye.
The hero on the mound was Jimmy Key, who led the major leagues with a record of 17-4 and kept the Yankees in the game every time he pitched. For the first time in 13 years, there was serious talk of a World Series in the Bronx. This year, baseball expanded to 3 divisions in each league. And in the Central, Frank Thomas and the White Sox really flourished. Chicago finished the season with a 1-game lead on Cleveland. But this year, even Cinderellas went to the ball. You see, this was also the year the wild card made its debut. And on the strength of Albert Bell's 36 homers and 60 stolen bases from Kenny Lofton, Cleveland would have been the American League's wild card team.
Lofton hits this one hard into right center field. A long run for Cole. That ball is gone. Kenny Lofton with his 9th of the year. A line drive home run to center field.
The best team in baseball's worst division was Texas. Former Giant Will Clark and the resurgent Jose Canseco had the Rangers in first place, although 10 games under .500.
Fastball hit deep to left field, down the line. Tinsley looking up, goodbye.
1 game back and 12 games under .500, the Oakland A's. They began the year at 16-40, then spurted to 35-23. Starring in Seattle, Randy Johnson and Ken Griffey Jr.
Change belted deep to right center field, and that will fly away. Junior's 40th home run of the year. My, oh, my.
In the National League East, the defending league champion Philadelphia Phillies found themselves in a field of broken dreams, hampered by injuries and a general lack of communication, which left them more than 20 games off the pace when the season ended. Of course, that was also due to the excellence of the Montreal Expos, the team with the best record in baseball at 74-40. Leading the way, pitcher Ken Hill, 16-5, plus possibly the best outfield in baseball. Larry Walker, Marquise Grissom, and a fully recovered Moises Alou, boasting both outstanding defense and a lot of Montreal power.
Moises Alou hits a 3-run homer to the seats in left field.
That's the kind of season he's having. He's been everything this year for the Montreal Expos.
The Expos held off the team that most folks thought would run away with the newly aligned National League East. The wild-card Atlanta Braves did have Fred McGriff and his 34 homers, but at times they seemed to sputter. The one exception, pitcher Greg Maddux with his 1.56 earned run average. No pitcher this century had an ERA that much lower than the league average, which was 4.21. Well, what about 3 straight Cy Young awards? You better believe it. In the Central Division, the Cincinnati Reds finished in first place by half game over the Houston Astros. Hal Morris hit .335 for the Reds, and Kevin Mitchell, man, he powered 30 home runs.
This one hit on a line to left. It's going back. It's going to be gone.
But the Astros, led by Jeff Bagwell, were right on Cincinnati's doorstep.
And he hits this one a ton to center field. And Lewis can't play it. And with one swing of Jeff Bagwell's bat, he has just shattered 2 long-standing Houston Astros team records.
Out west, the San Francisco Giants were favored to win their division going away. But even with the career year from Matt Williams, who hit 43 home runs and had his sights on Roger Maris's record, the Giants had trouble winning with consistency.
It made it through. Lewis. The Giants have won it.
Barry Bonds struggled early in the year, then met up with Darryl Strawberry, whom the Giants picked up in mid-season. And for some reason, Strawberry's presence set Bonds on fire and finished up with 37 home runs. Still, the Giants couldn't catch the surprising Los Angeles Dodgers.
Nobody thought that at this particular time of the season that we would be in first place.
And thanks to 92 RBIs from Mike Piazza, that's precisely where the Dodgers finished.
A bomb. Left center field.
And those, my friends, are the final standings. All dressed up, but no place to go. Come the Dodgers' third straight Rookie of the Year. Now, who was the last non-Dodger to win this award? The answer right after this. Answer this week's Buick quiz. The last non-Dodger to win the Rookie of the Year award was also the first ever Houston Astro to win it. Talking about Jeff Bagwell. Fans, the end has come to what was a truly magnificent 1994 season. A season filled with both spectacular performances and great beginnings. Like in Cleveland, where they left the mistake by the lake behind for spanking new Jacobs Field. Now, you might recall that President Clinton helped christen this wonderful new ballpark. And soon after, early in the season, the Indians at home won 18 games in a row.
Bell with a base hit into left center field. It'll drop. It's 1 run scored. Here comes Baerga. Here comes the throw. The Indians win. Unbelievable.
They also built a new ballpark in Arlington, right next to the old one. They called it the Ballpark in Arlington. And on July 28th, it witnessed perfection.
The crowd on its feet here in Arlington. 2 outs in the ninth. The fly to center field. Greer there. He's got it. A perfect game. Oh, baby. Kenny Rogers pitches the 11th perfect game in Major League history, and he is mobbed by his teammates here at the ballpark in Arlington.
Of course, it was a mob scene every night in Colorado, where the Rockies drew more than 3 million fans in just 56 games. When Ray Langford, the first batter of the year, hit a home run to kick off the season, you somehow sensed that this year would be different. And the big boys of baseball proved that to be true. Until breaking his hand just before the strike, Jeff Bagwell was having an MVP year, leading the majors with a .750 slugging average. Now, the last man to slug .700 was Ted Williams in 1957. Another front runner for MVP, Frank Thomas. 38 home runs, 101 runs batted in, and a .353 batting average.
He's amazing. That's why they call him the Big Hurt.
Ken Griffey Jr. was one of 10 players to have at least 30 homers when the season ended. Griffey had 40 with 90 RBIs. Fact is, young Griffey set a new Major League record by hitting 32 home runs before the end of June. Matt Williams led the Major Leagues with 43 home runs, 40 by the end of July. He also set a National League record for home runs by the end of June.
Back. A new record in the National League for Matt Williams with home run number 29.
Joe Carter picked up where he left off in '93. He established a new Major League record when he drove in 31 runs in the month of April. But you know, fans, in this year of the hitter, for Atlanta, Kent Mercker pitched a no-hitter. We already told you about Kenny Rogers' perfect game in Texas, and Minnesota's Scott Erickson also threw a no-hitter. Then there's the sad story of Montreal pitcher Jeff Fassero, just 1 out away from his own no-hitter. Watch.
On the glove. Safe!
A brush with greatness for Facero. Ryan Sandberg felt the greatness had passed him by and in June chose to retire. And Kent Herbeck said this would be his last year, too. 14 seasons with the Minnesota Twins. Hey, how about that? Ozzie Smith set a new Major League record for assists by a shortstop. In his career, more than 8,000. And Cal Ripken Jr. continued his march toward Lou Gehrig's record.
The shortstop now playing in game 2,000 consecutive games in a row, Cal Ripken.
Tony Gwynn led the majors with a .394 average and also scored the winning run in the All-Star game.
Swinging a drive into the gap in left center field. And up against the fence. This could do it. Being waved home is Gwynn. They got a play to Rodriguez. Safe! Safe! And the six-game drought is over for the National League.
A momentous season, but one that ended the night of August 11th. Randy Johnson is the answer to the trivia question, who threw the last pitch of the year? Truth be known, the last pitch of 1994 was a strike. Brute presents Great Comebacks. It was June in Miami, and the Marlins were floundering at the hands of the Dodgers. In the seventh inning, Tim Wallach gave L.A. a 9-3 lead.
And Wallach unloads, and in left field, all Conine does is watch to see where it's going to go. And the Dodgers are putting on the muscle here tonight.
But in the bottom of the seventh, the Marlins staged a rally of their own, with Chuck E. Carr looking for the tie.
And he's going to unload another extra base hit. Here is Magadan around third. He will score. Carr a head-first triple in a 9-9 tie.
Then tied at 10 in the ninth, Jesus Taveras capped the Florida comeback.
And it's hit in the gap. It will go to the wall. And Magadan will score on their 20th hit. And the Marlins probably have their sweetest victory in the young franchise history.
The shallow left field, this might fall. Young on the run, and he got it.
Foul ground, now to Camp goes. Oh, what a play!
McCray with a catch, wow! Moving to his right. Oh!
Wow. Slider is hit sharply. What a play by McLemore! Oh, my!
Lean picks it. He is outstanding defensively.
And here is a ground ball up the middle, stabbed by Blauser. They get the force, they turn it. Oh.
Hit sharply in the hole, a diving stop by Cal from his knees. Got him! A slow roller up the third baseline. Messina backhands, throws, got him! Wow. Wow.
Now, the plays of the year, brought to you by Miller High Life Beer.
Chopped up the middle. Great diving play. Fletcher out at first.
Great job of ranging up the middle. He'll get the glove on it on the dive, somehow get it out of the glove, flip to Fletcher, and then Mo Vaughn with a play on the back end to dig it out.
McLemore drives it in the air to left center field. Eric Davis on the run, leaps and makes a marvelous catch. Holy mackerel. Superman is alive in Detroit.
It just doesn't seem like he's going to catch up to it till this last second here.
Full extension to make the catch.
Fly ball failing deep to center. Back goes the center fielder Butler. Over the wall, a three-run home run by... No, he caught it! I don't believe it!
You can't believe he caught that ball. He went right over the fence and made a great, a great catch.
High fly ball, deep left center field. Devon White is back to the warning track. He leaps. He's got it. An amazing catch.
Can you top this? Unbelievable.
Over the wall to steal a home run.
This is going to be an Olympic event. Runner goes. Pop foul back at the plate. Here comes Alomar. Leaping, and he holds on to it. What a catch by Alomar. Acrobatics at their best.
Baseball's MVP, and here's why. In the major leagues, he finished third with 39 home runs, first with 116 RBIs, and second with a batting average of .368. 300 total bases for this year's MVP. This Week in Baseball has been brought to you by the New Era Cap Company. New Era, the cap the pros wear. Well, fans, for the first time in 90 years, no World Series in October. That's kind of tough to take. It also deeply saddens this reporter to say that for the first time in 18 years, this program will not run its course. This is our final show this year, but we sure hope we'll see you all again next year for another season of This Week in Baseball. This is Mel Allen.